Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. This is a technical analysis of the stock market video. I call it Raising a Red Flag. Today, we're going to talk about the S&P 500. We'll take a look at oil, gold, silver, and Tesla. So let's start off first here with the side-by-side view of the industrials, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100. The Dow was up 774 points this last week, but as all the indices have been, very choppy, up, down, up, week by week by week. It's just kind of crazy what's been going on. The S&P 500 up 106. NASDAQ 100 continues to stretch, up 529 points, and now from intra-week low to intra-week high, it's up 50.6%. Pretty extended move on the NASDAQ 100. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. We're going to go back to the home screen. Here's that weekly view again. Here's the daily. On Friday, we were down 4.62. What's interesting is we gapped up at the open, tried to run, and then it just sold back off and closed down on the day. This is a potential little reversal candle that's going on here. The Elliott Wave count I've got is that this is right here at the top of intermediate wave 2. Let's take a look at the weekly view. Here's the picture we've got. 5 waves down, 3 waves up. That's classic Elliott Wave. 5, 3, the next wave structure is 5. Okay, 5 down. All right, so right now, this has gotten extended. Yes, it's very complex. It's a double zigzag between a WXY. It's why we label it as WXY instead of ABC, because if you had an ABC and a zigzag, it needs to be a 5, 3, 5, and that's not what we've got here. We have 2 zigzags combined together. So let's take a look at the daily view. And here's what's going on. We're at the top of the zigzag, the complex zigzag channel, and we're right up here at the very, very top. Get a little bit of divergence showing up between the peak that happened mid-June to what's happening now here in mid-July. So let's drill down and take a look at the 130-minute view and just see what's happening. We're looking at this last C wave, which has gotten a little extended, and saying, okay, what's going on with the C wave? I'm looking for 5 waves, right? In a zigzag, a C wave can either be a classic impulse wave structure or it can be an ending diagonal. What we've got here is an impulse wave structure. This was a beautiful wave 3. Love the alternation between 2 and 4 here. Beautiful wave 3. And what we've got going on right now, my best take is because of what looks like a combination of zigzags, it looks like an ending, like a sideways triangle. That's going on, not ending diagonal, a sideways triangle. So yes, we still, it looks kind of weird in terms of the way it's acting in here, but it is corrective because this point is below the peak of wave 3, and the E wave did not go below the C wave in here. So I think this is a legit way of looking at this in terms of the corrective pattern that kept going on here as we move sideways. And again, a 130-minute divides the trading day, which is 6.5 hours, divides it into 3 equal bars. Okay, that's why we look at it like that. I look at 130, 695, 65 minutes. Let's take a look at. I think I want to drill down and take a look at the 30-minute view to see. Yeah, here we go. Little bit clear picture in terms of what might be happening in here between the end of wave 4 and wave 5, and why I think there's a decent chance that what we did on Friday morning was peak out. Okay, the end of that 5th wave within the C wave of the Y wave of intermediate wave 2. Okay, and so this is what it looks like to me. Beautiful gap to the upside, straight line move in this wave 3. Got to pull back for wave 4, and then I think we got again sharp sideways, nice 5-wave move up here with beautiful divergence. So I think if we're not there, we are very, very close, but I think there's a decent chance that we're there. We're at the top of the channel. We've had 5 waves. We've had the WXY. So yeah, the red flag is out. And I came across this article in Bloomberg. Meme stocks are back, raising a red flag for the broader market. The S&P trades lower when gaps between memes and staples widens. This often is the tail end of the move. BTIG's Krinsky says, and he talks about it in an interesting article. And then, you talk about the meme stocks, you talk about the kind of bullish activity that occurs, especially when you are at the end of a wave 2, when everybody starts to think, well, I think we're in a bull market. We're pretty close. We're going to take out the old highs. And then, so here's the bullishness. Jesse retweeted what Mark Hulbert had a story in Market Watch. Market timers are more bullish now than at the top of the internet bubble. This was put out on Tuesday. So yeah, we're getting a pretty good dose of extreme bullishness. And talk about extreme bullishness. Here's the put to call ratios, equity only, equity put to call ratios. So when I start getting this kind of color coding of the 10-day moving average of the equity put to call, that's the 10-day in here, this is a sign of extreme bullish sentiment coming out of the option pits. And you see this one I color code here that's in the 30s at 0.38 that happened on Tuesday. That is the lowest put to call ratio that's occurred since November 8th of 21. Okay, since November 8th of 2021. Now, we haven't had this kind of extreme activity in terms of bullish sentiment since March of 22, at the end of a counter trend move in March of 22. So yeah, we're getting some bullish sentiment coming out of the option pits, and you can't argue with that. It's fact. I mean, it's reality. It is what it is. Okay, let's take a look at oil, gold, and silver, and then I want to check in on Tesla because they have earnings coming out. So let me pull up oil. Okay, so USL was up 90 cents for this last week. Let me check. West Texas Intermediate was up. Yeah, of course. West Texas Intermediate was up $1.43 on near-term futures, but it was down $1.60 on Friday. And so USL up 90 cents for the week, but down 74 cents on Friday. It's had a big, strong push. So the what I'm looking for, I've been looking for this to break out of this mess. I really feel like we're in a new impulsive wave move. These are just placeholders right now out here into the future. I'm not saying that it's going to be here by this time. It's just a path forward. It just links the labeling together. But I do believe that we're in a new wave to the upside in here. Now, what do I want to see to confirm that? Well, first of all, we've been watching this for a long time, and I kept saying, okay, we need to get a close above this high, and we finally got it. We punched above it and finally got the close above that on Tuesday. And then we just kept pushing and got a little pullback here on Friday. Now, maybe we get even more pullback. I don't know. But right now, the path to me is pushing to the upside. And, we got a little bit overbought in here. What I really want to see, if we are really in an intermediate wave 3, we need to get we need to push above this high that occurred on April 13th here on USL, which is $36.69. Let's take a look at GLD. Gold is also acting well. GLD was up $2.79 for this last week. So I continue to look for this to push higher. And well, I tell you what, when we break through this level right up in here, 193 to 195, we close above 195 and gold is going to be exploding. All right, so that's where we're at on a weekly basis. Here's the daily view of what happened this last week, the big push up here on Wednesday that occurred. We were down 58 cents on Friday. Now, a similar, although even stronger type activity is going on with silver, SLV. Look at this move, up $1.68 for this last week. When I look at this, SLV broke out of this long downtrend And that initially occurred back here on the week of March 26th, the week of March 26th. Then we've pulled back down to the trend line. And now it looks like we've reversed and want to resume, which is exactly what I'm expecting as a part of an impulse wave to the upside. So that's what's going on here with silver. And yeah, it's gotten pretty carried away. We're overbought short-term wise. I wouldn't be surprised to see either some consolidation or some kind of pullback in here. But yeah, silver's acting very, very well also. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Okay, to start off with, I'm going to show this monthly view of Tesla. And, it's up $19.61 for the month of July. I believe that's what it's giving me the reading on. But I think the key thing, there's two things, okay? I think we've had a 5-wave move up with this on a monthly basis. And after the 5-wave move, the 5 big swings, okay? This doesn't look so big, but I guarantee you when you were back down at this level, that was pretty big. Now, what have we had since the peak that occurred in October of 21? October of 21, right when the NASDAQ and everything else was peaking. That was the monthly peak on Tesla. We've had 5 waves down, 3 waves back up. What's the expectation? For 5 more waves down. Okay, so that's what I'm watching for. I think we're very close to, or right there, or very close to the end of this counter trend move, and looking for this thing to roll over and break down. Let me go back to just the moving average view. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Here's how that looks. Here's that peak. And here's what I'm talking about. And actually, yeah, because I'm going to put it on semi-log because of the scale, the breadth of the scale. Okay. And what I mean by that is I go to semi-log for longer term pictures and whenever the scale is greater than 3-to-1 between low to high in here. And this is well over 3-to-1. So then I move to semi-log to get a more accurate view of what's going on. Now, we're getting divergence on the indicators in here, but we haven't rolled over and broken down just yet. So that's what I'm watching for. This is a daily view. So, yep, here's that zigzag that we just looked at on a monthly basis. So we're approaching this area right in here where we had a ton of trading that occurred. This should provide significant resistance. And I think that's exactly what we're getting right now. Okay, we'll see what plays out here on Tesla. I think the earnings are out Wednesday after the market closes. So that is the picture we've got. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit that little subscriber button. And if you'd like more of this information on a regular basis, head over to joehenches.net. Check out the website, check out the membership. Everyone have a great week. We'll talk to you on the next video.